All right, what's up guys? So I'm gonna do a little different video today. This is gonna be more of like a DIY kind of a thing on how you install a drop ceiling. So I'm putting a drop ceiling in this little office here, and I thought it'd be a good idea. Maybe people can learn something. I've done this a few times, so I'm kind of familiar with how to do it. And oh yeah, I'm making pretty good progress too. Got my air conditioner in. Nice and cold in here. It's like 69 degrees. Didn't do a video on that because there's quite a few videos on how to install those. They're pretty easy. It's basically some wiring, some copper tubing you got to hook up and all that. But anyway, what I want to show you today is how I do these drop ceilings. Now, if you go online, you can find a couple different ways they do it as far as laying out the grid and all that. This is kind of the way I do it. Basically what you do is you find the center of your room. So whichever way you pretty much want to run your main beams. So these are the main beams here. Okay, you want to run those perpendicular with your joists. That way you have a place to hang your the wire that you're going to be using. You can see there's wire there. It makes it much easier because if you were to run the main beams this way, it may not line up with your joist. So, but if you run them perpendicular, then it will always line up with a spot where you can hang a wire. And that's pretty much how you suspend the ceiling, is with wire. So basically what I start with is I just do the outer perimeter, okay? You put the outer perimeter up, and what I use is this this handy level, laser level here. Let me see if you guys can see it. So I put this on the wall, okay, and you can see how it marks wherever I need it to mark, and I just do that up there. You know, I would mark it all around the room, so that way you know, so that way you know that your the little ledge that you're going to be putting, you know, hooking everything to, you know that that's going to be level around the entire room. That's very important. Otherwise, your ceiling won't be level. So you don't want to go off your floor. Like, I don't recommend measuring from the floor up, because your floor may not be 100% flat. Kind of like this one. This floor here is a little off. It's a little low in this corner over here. So to measure from the floor up wouldn't make any sense. So you want to just keep it level, basically. And then what I do is I just start right in the middle, okay? My main beam. So there's going to be 3 main beams in this room because the room is 15 feet wide. So if you do the math, you can kind of figure that there's going to be 3 panels, basically. These are 4-foot panels that run this way in the room. So there will be another 4-foot panel here, and then a half of a 4-foot panel here, and a half of a 4-foot panel there. Okay? So that's the reason why I found the center of my room. If you tried to start from the edge, you would end up with a really short one over here. You don't want to do that. You want it to look even on both sides. So I always find the center of my room on both ends, there and there, and you can use a clamp to clamp it to your border little ledge there. And then you can go along, I go about every 2-3 feet, and I'll add a wire, you know, just to suspend it. And right now I have my light sitting in there too, just so that I can, like, I had to have, a little tricky the way I had to do it, because I have to have my lights running in here because I don't have any windows and there would be absolutely no light. So I have to do it while the lights are on. And it's a little tricky doing it that way because you have to suspend the lights. Basically, I have the lights suspended by just some like wire, and then once I get the grid close to it, like I did this one, I got the grid really, I worked my way this way and I got the grid right up to the light, and then I just mounted the light in there. So that one's done right there, and then I'll just move on to the next one. there won't be a light here, and then the next one there will be a light. So I'm gonna have 2 lights in here. So far it seems like enough light for the room. I mean, the room is 15 by 15, and these are LED lights that they're pretty good. But and then I have a few little shop lights in here that help light up the room too. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I do the layout and the grid and all that. It's really simple if you just take your time. You know, get this ledge nice and level all the way around the room. I just attach it with regular old screws. You know, I just attach it with these are like little drywall screws. Like I said, you know, and then your ends here, you're just gonna cut them. The way I cut these is you pretty much what you want to do is if you're gonna go, okay, here's your piece here. If this is gonna clip. Say this is going to clip into here, okay, and then stretch over to, not this one, but I'm just giving you an example, over to the wall. What you're going to want to do is, when this goes up to the wall, okay, you don't want this angle to be like that. You want to cut it at an angle like this, so that nothing interferes with the edge of the wall. So you're going to have like an angle like that, kind of coming back. So then that way, you know, when you put it on your ledge there, this will sit and it'll go all the way to the wall. But if you have something sticking out, it'll hit the top of it, and you don't want that. You want it something to be nice and flush all the way onto your wall like that. See, that would be like that. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. It's not really that hard. Basically, measuring is the biggest thing. You want to measure, you want to find your center, and then off of that you measure because each panel is 4 feet. So, you know, so each panel is 4 feet. So once you find your center, you're going to come off 4 feet. And that's when you start your next beam, you know, and start hanging your wires. And I know they have special, like hooks that you buy that drill into your joist and then has like a little hook, but I don't do that. I mean, that seems like overkill, and that's just, I think they just came up with that to sell you something. What I use is just plain old wire, some screws, wrap it around the screw, make sure that, you know, you take your level, I have a level over here, and just go and make sure when you're mounting your wires, check your level. Just make sure it's level going all the way across. Like this one here is really, really good. Okay? And just, you want to do that on all of them. As you go down, just adjust it a little bit. I mean, they try to make it sound like this is hard, but it's really not. You just take your time and go on each one. Check your level and bring the wire up, bend it. Right when you find your level, bend it right there, hook it around. There's tons of holes in here, so you just basically find the hole that's closest to your spot where you want to hook it up, and bend it over, twist it a couple times, and you're pretty much done. I mean, you're not holding much weight. Okay, the most weight it's going to be holding are these lights, and these lights aren't that heavy. These are LEDs, and they're not that heavy. So I don't know, maybe fluorescents are a little bit heavier, I'm not sure, but you can, you know, figure that on your own if you need to get some heavier gauge wire or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much how you do drop ceiling. I don't know what else to explain. And then, you know, on your ends, you're just gonna have to, when you have a short piece, like I'm gonna have a short one here, and you can see over here another shorty. So you just cut this in half. You just get a razor blade, and you cut one of these in half, and then put it up in there. Pretty simple. So I got this all from Lowe's. The brand is Armstrong. This is the brand right here, Armstrong Ceilings. 4-foot cross tees. These are 12 foot, the 12-foot main beams. I needed 3 boxes of the, what do you call the tiles? I needed 3 boxes of those. So this is a 15 by 15 room, and it cost me $274. So I get like 5% off at Lowe's because I use their credit card. But yeah, it ended up being $285 with the tax, and then I got 5% off, so it ended up being like $270 or something like that. So to me, that's not that bad to put an entire ceiling in. Would drywall be cheaper? I don't think so. I think it would be about the same, because drywall right now is about $12 a sheet, and then you gotta, you know, then you have to do the texturing, and then you have to do the taping, and it takes forever to do. So I think it would come out to the same price if you calculate the labor and all that too. But this here, I've been working on this for about an hour and a half. Like, I should be able to do this you should be able to do this in one day. This is not, and then be completely done. Now with drywall, it's gonna be like this, you know, put the drywall up, come back, tape it, come back, texture it, come back, paint it, you know, like, you're talking like a week. But I really like the drop ceilings. They're nice because I have some plumbing that is up here that comes through the building from down here. And I made a little access panel so I can get to a shut-off valve in there. I'm probably gonna make a little like door that I can open it quickly, because if anything springs a leak, I don't want to have to try and search for a drill and open that up. But you know, you just want to be able to open it up and turn it off. But anyway, that's getting off track here. So yeah, I have all this stuff up here. I have the plumbing. I have some more electrical that's going to be going to the upstairs. Right here, I have 3 circuits going to the upstairs, and there's a little junction box right here. So that's the other nice thing about drop ceilings is, when I need to get to it, then I just take a panel out and I can bring a ladder in, and there you go. You can access everything you need to access, no problem. So I'll show you guys around a little bit more in my building. So I have also this is going to be a switch here for some really big high lights. I got 2 there, and I have 2 more over there that are gonna go here and here. And this is gonna be a switch that operates that. So you basically just run your conduit, you know, through the back of, you cut out one of the holes in the back of the box, run the conduit through to here. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring 2 hot wires in here and switch it, come back through here, go up to this box, and then I have some, that MC cable, I guess that's what you call it, a roll of that. That's gonna go all the way up. Basically behind it, it's routed behind this wall here. Right here, it's gonna come up. Probably follow one of these beams here. You know, I'll come up, bring it up, and tie it to these beams, and then go up, and then drop it down for those lights. So then I'll have a nice little spot right there to switch these lights on. So, and then I haven't really done much up here. Since the last video, I haven't really done much upstairs, because I've been trying to get the downstairs office done, because I want to kind of like move my stuff over here, more of my equipment and more of my, you know, stuff I do my work with. So I've kind of stopped working on the upstairs, but I want to get back on it soon. Yeah, I already have the AC mounted up here. I had to do that. It's going to be a little tricky what I'm going to do. When I do the drywall in here, like the taping and the texturing, I'm going to wrap this in some plastic and tape it off, because I basically had to do it like this, because the way it was kind of weird the way the connectors came down and they attached here, and I didn't want to make like an access panel to be able to do all that and mount it later. I wanted to just get mounted and be done with it, and then I'll work around it. So it should be no problem if I can, you know, do my drywall around it and texture it and all that, and then take the plastic off, and then everything should be fine. Oh, and also paint it too. So, yeah. So I got more of the plumbing. I'm not sure the last video if, I got more plumbing to do over here for the sink, some more plumbing to do for the toilet, and the shower is already all plumbed in, and all the connections are already made. So that's all set. Yeah, got some more insulation in here. I have another roll of insulation over here that I should have some left over that I'm going to be putting down in this crack here. This crack kind of goes all the way down to the downstairs, so that's going to have to be all filled in with a little bit of this bad insulation. So yeah, right now it's pretty hot up here, so eventually I want to get that going too, so I have a little spot where, you know, I can hang out or have a little shower or whatever, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Car's chilling in here, and I haven't really done much with it because I've just been going really hard on trying to get this office done. And also there will be another little spot in here where there's going to be some of the machines I use to do my work, and another little bench here. I got some more cabinets in here. This is more of like a storage for paints and whatnot, and that stuff. And what else? Yeah, got some more outlets over here. I'm gonna have to run another power wire over to hook up the hot water heater. Then also I'm gonna have some lights in here as well, and another couple outlets over here. So yeah, I still got quite a bit to do, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to show everybody how to do the drop ceiling. Hopefully that kind of explains some of it, and you guys have a better understanding on how to do it. So that's pretty much going to do it with this video. Just another update and more work on the shop. That's pretty much my life at the moment, getting this shop ready. So if you guys like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Check you next time.